On the Maha Ashtami, the eighth day, the puja acquired a much more festive, colorful rhythm. There was a collective arati in the evening. How our uncles used to dance while doing the arati, carrying big incense burners. Each one tried to outdo the other, showing off his skill. The whole Chandi Mandapa was enveloped in incense smoke. Through this smoke, the image of Mother Durga looked really mysterious. We used to collect all sort of flowers during the Durga Puja. Shuli, land lilies, Victoria. The boys white and pink lotuses from the lotus ponds. It was after coming to the ashram that I discovered that every flower had an inner meaning. Named flowers according to this inner meaning. The Shuli flower was called aspiration by the mother. The lily was called divine's grace. What is astonishing is that these flowers bloom during Durga Puja in autumn. The first line of Sri Aurobindo's The Mother comes to my mind. There are two powers that alone can effect in their conjunction the great and difficult thing, which is the aim of our endeavor, a fixed and unfailing aspiration that calls from below, and a supreme grace from above that answers. It is amazing to think that our reverend rishis and munis had experienced this confluence of aspiration and divine grace in their consciousness thousands of years ago, and they established this tradition of offering both these flowers during Durga Puja. The descent of Mother's compassion onto the earth is made easier when from our side the fire of aspiration rises within us. We did not know anything about the special force and importance of flowers either in our childhood or even later until we came here. Let me now tell you about Dashami Puja, the 10th and final day. On Vijayadashami day, before taking Mother Durga for immersion, all the Mamimas and Mashimas and others from the village would bow down before the mother and then put a sweet in everybody's mouth, saying repeatedly, "Mother, do come back." Their prayer was vibrant with sincerity. "Mother, do come back." Mother Durga was then taken for immersion. Ganesha and Kartik too were carried in the procession. I ran behind Ganesha, we little ones very fond of this god Gajanana. The mother has told us that God Ganesha's face looks indeed like an elephant. The mother loved Ganesha very much. Mother had images of gods and goddesses in metal, ivory, wood, and in each of these images their presence can be felt. As soon as mother held a statue, that particular god or goddesses would descend into it. We little ones knew a story. We all know the Supreme Mother told Ganesha and Kartik about about Ganesha is the giver of Siddhi. He especially controls worldly wealth and money. All worldly realizations are in his control. There are innumerable stories about Ganesha. One of these stories well known, but I still feel like telling it to you. The Supreme Mother told Ganesha and Kartik, "Let me see who can go round the universe and return to me first." Kartik at once mounted his peacock and set off. Ganesha sat on his vehicle, the mouse, and circled around his mother and stood respectfully in front of her. When Kartik returned completely exhausted from his trip around the universe, he noticed Ganesha still standing in front of their mother. So, naturally, Ganesha had not gone around the universe. But their mother said, "Ganesha went around me because he feels I am the universe. I am his whole world. Going around me is like going around the universe." Tell me, which mother would not love a darling son like him? Here, let me tell you about an extraordinary incident. Those who have come to ashram must have certainly seen a Ganesha temple very close to the ashram main building. There are crowds of devotees who go to worship him there. There was hardly any place for the devotees to go around the deity. One day Ganesha turned up near the mother and told her, "There is not enough space in my temple for devotees to circumambulate. Please give me some extra space so that everyone can comfortably go around the sanctum. Please help me, mother." The mother sent someone to find out, and indeed the temple lacked sufficient space for a proper circumambulation. So mother gave some extra land by breaking down the wall of the adjacent property which belonged to the ashram in order to make the circumambulatory space adequate. And so in this way, gods and goddesses would come to the mother and tell her about their various difficulties. During the first Durga Puja in this new environment, I felt very lonely. Everyone was unknown to me. Suddenly, Iladi came to me and held me affectionately. "Why don't you go with Chitra to Golconde and bring some grass from there?" Iladi was very fond of me and had understood that I was feeling lonely. The memories of the pujas in Bengal were haunting me. Sujata, Chitra, Suprabha and I went to Golconde to pluck some grass. Then I sat down again to watch the puja decoration. Now they began making alpana, painted decorations with rice paste on the floor. This was Biba's idea, so Biba requested Millie Di to take the mother's permission to do the alpana. Millie Di went up to mother and got her permission. The next day was Durga Puja. Bulada also was very happy and stood there to watch the alpana being done. He remarked, "This is how they make the alpana in Shanti Niketan." Champaklalji was also delighted and returned again and again to see the work proceeding. Biba, Minidi, Milidi started in the afternoon. They also decorated the mother's chair beautifully. Biba had been used to doing alpana in her house for all the pujas when she was in Bengal. And so it was natural that on this first puja, Biba felt like taking up the alpana work, and she got permission to do it so easily, as if this entire Durga Puja work was meant for them. And so, from 1944 onwards, the mother started coming down every year to give us puja blessings. The staircase that the mother used and the two halls were also tastefully decorated with flowers, garlands, and vines. The mother's chair was decorated with a Banarsi silk sari, and this is done with the same dedication and skill even today by Shakuntala Krishna and others. The mother's chair was placed exactly where the large photo of the mother stands today. Every year the mother would bless us on the Mahaashtami and the Vijayadashami day with flowers. On Mahaashtami, the mother wore a red Banarasi sari with golden zari flowers. It was extraordinary to see our lovely, impressive mother come down the staircase like a radiant flaming fire. All the sadhaks of the ashram were delighted to see this new aspect of the mother on the occasion of the puja as well as the very festive air, but probably they were also a little surprised. It was beyond anyone's imagination that such an event would take place in the ashram. The joy of puja came down into the still, sober atmosphere of the ashram of those days. Durga Puja became in the history of the ashram the harbinger of a great change. The mother revealed herself to the whole world. Sri Aurobindo prays on behalf of all of us, Mother Durga, we are thy children. Through thy grace, by thy influence, may we become fit for the great work, for the great ideal. Mother, destroy our smallness, our selfishness, our fear.